Jesus, traffic is horrible.
I know a shortcut.
A shortcut? How can you possibly know a shortcut? You're not even from around here. You're from Kansas City.
I know a shortcut.
Oh, great, a shortcut. And this is a nice one you got us on. We haven't moved for 10 or 15 minutes.
I know a shortcut.
Well, who's going to start the show? If we're late, it starts in 5 minutes. If we're late, who's going to start the show?
Caroline and Tony are there. They can handle it. They're total professionals.
Go!
There you go. I'm so glad that we don't have to be on till later on. It's incredible.
I don't even come on for the last 5 minutes, and then I'm a mute dwarf.
Oh, well, I'll tell you, I play a Meshuggah, which is the same thing, if you think.
But where are Dick and Scooters in the show?
I don't know. I mean, I'm glad they're not here, though. I'm not sure what time. When is this show supposed to start, anyway?
5 seconds.
What? What do you mean 5 seconds? Go! 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 I don't... No!
What? We're hot.
It's USA's Camp Midnight. Join your host, Dick Wilson, as he welcomes Edie McClurg, comedian Steve Bluestein, Rick Ducommun, Thom Sharp, author Danny Sugerman, musical guests Red Flag, and, as always, Scooter Peach in the band. And now, here's your host, Dick Wilson. Dick Wilson.
Go, Caroline, go. Host. Ladies and gentlemen, the host of the show, Caroline Schlitt!
Okay, Caroline, now introduce Tony.
Welcome to Camp Midnight. And now, I'm Caroline Schlitt. I'll be here instead of Dick. And instead of Scooter, we have Tony Farkas on the wall of synthesizers. Tony.
So, this is great. You know, it's amazing. All these things, the little tiny, crazy little things here. I don't know what most of the thing that he doesn't have here, which is kind of ridiculous. I can't believe it.
Okay.
Oh, look at this.
We have a lot of really fun guests today.
Yes.
So let's start the show.
Hey!
Okay. Tony, why don't you join me over here? Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Brad.
All right.
Yes, there's a book there, How to Host Camp Midnight.
Oh.
Hey.
Host Camp Midnight.
All
Well, that's
right.
convenient.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fantastic.
There's a lot of different things with. There's facts. And I don't
Right.
watch the
There's
show.
the food. Well, no, I don't watch the show either. I'm not really. What do they have?
Oh, wait.
But
Things that sound dirty is on
that's right.
page
I have that one.
224.
Okay. Let's see.
Things that sound dirty. Okay,
Why don't
well-
we? Let's see. Read the first item. So
Okay.
Just take that one over there.
These are
It's,
things that sound dirty. Okay? But they're not.
Not really.
Thank you. Okay. The
Okay,
first thing that sounds dirty comes from Chip Leach of Chagrin Falls, Ohio. Chip recently visited London and brought back this book about the longest reigning Queen of England.
Show to camera 1.
Victoria Regina. Okay.
Go to second one.
Our second thing that sounds dirty is from Aviva Bergman from our own legal department. She's an avid bird watcher. She spends her Friday nights pet shop hopping in search of a nice
Show to camera 1.
woodpecker. Okay. From now on, when you fax us something, could you not fax us live animals because it's dead? Okay. All right. And our last thing that sounds dirty, lastly, it comes from Craig Swenson of Texas. He has a dream of one day moving away from Dallas to become a totalitarian dictator. What?
We just got a call from Dick. He's going to be in about 3 minutes, so we need you to keep going.
Okay. You didn't need to say
Read
that
the
with me.
address.
Give us the address, yeah.
Okay. When you have one of these, send it to Camp Midnight, P.O. Box 189, Hollywood, California 90078. Or you can fax it to us at 818-843-FAXS. Fax. Okay. And please don't fax us live things, as I said before, because you saw what happened. Okay.
Okay, so...
This is really hard. I used to think Dick Wilson was dumb, but now... I didn't really. Okay.
So what do you want to do? You want to...
Okay.
What does it say in the back of the book there? It's excuse me. What,
Roll credits.
let's roll the credits, then.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I mean, I guess
we roll?
so. We can roll the...
Roll credits. We're not even in the credits.
Oh, hey, there's...
Dick Clark. Have you met Dick Clark?
Well, everybody who works for Dick Clark starts looking like him after a while. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And, oh, Chris Ford. Yeah, it sounds like
Ford.
Oh, those are the segment producers there.
Who are they?
I don't know. It's,
They're the ones who are always hitting on girls.
Gudrun...
You like her.
I do. What do you mean I like her?
No, Kim Idrisi, you like her.
I don't like her!
I saw you go.
It's not all I do, but, you know.
I know.
Well, let's see, Rick Lamb.
No, we're not in
Always-
this.
No. Well, there's Bob Mayle. I just... Oh, Hillary Schachter. She's fabulous. She's
That's
terrific.
the man. It's your boss. And may I say, one of the nicest people I've ever worked with.
Yeah,
And,
that's great. So what,
Okay, the food order.
Food order?
Oh, wait, we're supposed to segue into it. The credits.
Oh! You know, watching those credits makes me hungry. And,
Okay,
what do you want
we're
to get?
supposed to get pizza.
I had pizza last night. I don't want to get pizza.
Get ribs.
Ribs! Of course we get ribs.
We happen to have a menu from Adam's Rib.
Isn't it good? Huh?
Okay. Can I just say, you people are being very cooperative, and it helps quite a bit.
No, it's,
Okay,
well,
and what
let's
we'll get
see.
are some...
Why don't we get some stuff?
right,
You want
let's
to give a
call
call?
them.
Call up to Adam's Ribs. Here,
like-
it's
Okay.
wonderful. Let me see. What do they have here anyway?
There's like ribs.
Chairman Andy's Duck. Do you have the number there? Let's see here. We have the live Maine lobster.
Wait, sorry.
And okay, what you want to do is you want to I would suggest first of all if you want to order the no. Hello. Whoa. Hello. Hi. Hi. This is CampMidnite calling. Yes. No. Well, we can hear you just fine. And what I wanted to ask you was, could you please send? Thank you very much. No, we hear you just. Hello. Okay.
Okay, well, we'll just call
You know
them
what?
during...
We'll just call later during the commercial.
Yeah. That'll be
Okay.
fine.
All right, we'll call them during the commercial.
Here! We're here! Let us in, you guys! Let us in!
That's Dick and Scooter. Gosh. Oh, too bad. Wait.
Where's my car?
Are they coming back? Are they coming back in?
You were hosting? I knew you'd do a great job. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you. I'm all ready to take over now. I'm ready to do it. Thanks. Thank you very much. I'm ready to do it. Thanks. I got a lot of stuff to talk about. Thanks very much, Caroline and Tony, folks. Great. Thank you. Very good. Oh yeah. That's it. Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Man, oh man, some funny stuff happened on the way over here. I want to. What? 2 seconds? 1. All right. We'll be right back. We'll be back. Okay. Campers, to Camp Midnight. Oh, gosh. Boy, man, it was cold out there on the way in, Scooter, tonight. I tell you, I think I left my coat out in the car there. My first guest tonight is an actress who comes from the same neck of the woods as I do, Kansas City, Missouri, and she's appeared in the box office smash Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Also, she can currently be seen in TV's The Hogan Family. Please welcome Edie McClorg. Hi there. There you go. All right. Man.
Good evening, one and all.
Well, good evening. Welcome to CampMidnite. Thanks for coming
What's that smell?
What does it seem like
Hot
to you?
dogs and sauerkraut.
Really? Okay. Well, they've ordered
Yeah.
some food. Maybe it's on its way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was so excited when I heard you go, because I've heard this story about you being from Kansas City.
Yeah, that's true.
Really?
Yeah.
And do you have any memories of Kansas City that we could relate, you know, just kind of...
Well, you know the movie The Cool and the Crazy. Has anybody ever seen The Cool and the Crazy? No.
It's a big movie in Kansas City. Big movie.
It was shot in Kansas
one.
City up there in
Yeah.
Penn Valley Park.
Valley, right
with the
there
old
by-
Scout statue.
Sure,
right?
it looks off the city, Southwest Traffic Way.
Southwest Traffic Way,
Remember how
right.
you can sit there and you can see the downtown area? So
Yeah,
good there,
yeah.
and the
See
train,
the haze of the
It-
you know the stockyards
Excuse me,
there.
Wonderful. It smells.
This is a national show, and we might want to talk about things that are national, not just Kansas City.
Well, the National Hereford Association is headquartered
all right,
there.
It's there, yeah.
And there's a lighted up steer
Yeah.
on the roof.
It's a big thing.
A lighted up steer.
it's a big
you know,
thing.
and it is a steer. I'm not sure if it's a gelding or not, but it is a steer.
I've never gotten that close. Oh,
I
well,
didn't
all right.
want-
We'll talk about other stuff because I've not done
All right.
anything national. Edie certainly has. We love you on the Hogan family.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah. Where did that Mrs. Poole's voice, where does this come from?
Oh, there are a lot of women, I call them the northern tier women of the Midwest, you know.
yeah.
It's kind of that Minneapolis, St. Paul, Chicago, Syracuse, you know, like that. Yeah. You know what, with the, we've had a cold wave here recently with the Siberian Arctic flow, you know. Yeah, the thing is, if it's a minus 20 degree chill factor, you're not going to open your mouth very far when you're talking. You freeze your tongue, you'll freeze your teeth, you know. And then you won't be able to eat that tuna noodle casserole with the potato chip topping.
All right, Mrs. Poole. You know, you brought a little clip of the Hogan family, didn't you?
I did. It had to do with, I took over as secretary for Sandy for a little while.
Okay. all
And
right.
let's see what happens.
All right, let's take a look. Yeah. You know, the nice thing I notice about you is that so many other actresses can say whole sentences, and you can do 3 words, and it's hilarious. I mean,
Oh, thank you.
where did you get this timing? Where did you get this timing in this type of thing? You know, you didn't do comedy clubs, or how did you come up with that?
Improvisational comedy, actually. I started that way. That's how I moved from Kansas City doing radio,
Yeah,
just as you've been by the seat of your pants there
Yes,
for
I
a
have.
while, haven't
Yes,
you? With a microphone like
sure.
this.
Day to day.
Yeah. And I just went on vacation to San Francisco, and my brother was in a improv group, and I was amazed at how these people would be given, you know, a character, a premise, a situation, a location, and they would create you've never seen them before. It was magic.
Yeah.
So I'm not imparting this very well. Okay.
I'm following you.
It changed my life, okay? Okay. So, for the improvised half of the show, they said, okay, so like you've acted, do you want to come and improvise? And I said, well, yeah, not knowing how difficult it is. And so they said, well, here, you'll be a couple having dinner. And so we just added some specific information. I do remember that I said breaded veal cutlet. In that scene, breaded veal cutlet, and just because I said breaded veal cutlet, everyone in the audience could imagine breaded veal cutlet, and then they saw it and emerged on the plate. It was so real, like really.
It's a religious experience.
Okay,
Yes, yeah.
so that, I'm being facetious, but that really did change it for me.
Well, you've come a long way. You've worked with a lot of talented people. You were on the old David Letterman morning show.
Yes,
Yeah.
with the Noble Experiment.
Yeah. What was
Yes.
that? Is there anything we can learn from that show?
Well, we found out it should have been on at 12:30 at night, right from the get-go. Yeah, because they said, all right, kids, you got 9 weeks to do anything you want. We're not going to bother you about these ratings, you know. We took a game show off. Here you go. Go to it.
Yeah.
So we went on the air. We didn't have a producer, you know. We'd wander around and say, well, I could do this bit over here. And, you know, it was just really, you know, making it up as we went along. 9 days later, not 9 weeks, 9 days later, they said, well, gee, you're not pulling the numbers that game show was pulling, and couldn't you kind of do something? You know, they really expected...
Then they panicked, huh?
Yeah, they did. Everybody started covering their behinds, and, you know, within 16 weeks we were gone.
Well, tell me, you know, I'm a small guy from Kansas City, come out here now. Well, yes, I found it.
Yeah.
Do you like your work on the Hogan family? Do you pal around with Sandy Duncan? You all do anything after that?
Yeah, well, we don't go to one another's homes yet because we're both in contractor hell.
Oh, I see.
We bought new homes right before the writers' strike, and then and then we contracted for large renovations,
Yes.
you know.
Have you ever noticed that when you're doing contracting, the plumber never comes when he says he's going to? Have you noticed
Nobody comes when they say they're going to.
that? They never do. I just
Okay? Nobody comes.
Yeah.
The jacuzzi has been lying on its side in the yard for 3 months.
That's
3 months.
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Yes, let's name names. Okay, well, good luck to you. When you get that jacuzzi done, invite us all over, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And please sign and just put a little dental impression on that cup for us so we can identify in the future. Just kind of just bite a little bit of the edge of it.
I'll bite it with my real tooth.
Very good. Okay. There she is, Edie McClurg, folks. Thanks for being on Camp Midnight. We'll be back in a minute. Well, welcome back to Camp Midnight. I'm your host, Dick Wilson, and we got a great show lined up for you still to come. Rick Ducommun, Thom Sharp, Danny Sugerman will be along, a great comedian standing by in a moment. But before we go any further, I'd like to talk to you about something very serious. Now that we see that we are a national show and that our relatives are watching all over the country, we realize the fact of the responsibility we have here on Camp Midnight to be those who look ahead up to the upcoming fads that are striking the nation. We call it the next big thing. Earlier in our history on the show, we chose a next big thing at one point, and that was dressing like a commercial fisherman. Now, this fad crossed the country like a wild, blazing wildfire, and many of your friends I know are still dressing like commercial fishermen, not knowing that the fad really has passed now at this point. I was down near Rodeo Drive here the other day and noticed still the smell of Boston scrod coming out of some of the exclusive boutiques down there. So, as you know, but all fads have an alpha and omega, so dressing like a commercial fisherman has gone bye-bye. It's time now tonight, and with the help of our lovely audience here, to decide what is the next fad that's going to work its way across the country. First off, we'd like to present for your consideration, please. It's, you know, when you go in a restaurant, a lot of times you sit around and you talk and you jabber and you do this kind of thing, kind of wasting time till the food goes there. How about something new? As America joins in playing board games at restaurants. Let's take a look and see how that works.
The young lady would like the chicken marsala, and I'll have the grilled sea bass. Could we see a wine list, please?
Oh, let's get the White Zinfandel. Ooh, and here's the game list.
Oh, look! Battleship! You sunk my battleship!
Honey, Battleship with chicken and fish? Battleship's much more of a beef game. You know what? Let's play Operation, Milton Bradley's goofy game for dopey doctors.
With a blush wine? Perfecto.
Remove funny bone.
Take out wrenched ankle.
Ha ha ha. Where's the dessert cart?
Next time, let's try Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
I'll knock your block off.
There you go. There's our sample of our first possible next big thing for consideration, playing board games in a restaurant. Remember, later in the show, we will have a couple of more possible choices for you, and we will be voting later in the program. Our next guest right now, though, is a comic who headlines all over this great country of ours. Please welcome a very funny guy, Steve Bluestein. Steve.
Hi. Whoa, you talk back. I like that. What's the matter? Look at you. I know. I look like Pepe Le Pew, right? Listen, at least you people are laughing. I was on tour. I was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I know. Those people weren't ready for this hair, you know what I mean? I'm walking through the mall. People are looking at me like...
Hey, Margaret, get my camera. There's that guy from Chernobyl.
Yeah, I've been traveling a lot. I was in Hawaii. Anybody go to Hawaii? Yeah, I love Hawaii. I love the Hawaiian language because I've never seen words with 9 vowels in them before. Boulevard. ever read the street signs? I had trouble with it. Una wae, una wae. How do you pronounce that? One way. Did you go to a luau when you were there? Yeah, isn't that a lot of fun? I went to one. I said, I'm hungry. Can we dig it up now? Then they dig it up. A pig? There better be a corned beef sandwich under that. We got some big trouble here. I was in the New Yorkers here? Yo. Yeah, hey, there's in here. Yo, over here. There's in here. Yo, over here. I was in here. I got a jaywalking ticket in Manhattan. In New York, can you believe this? Highest crime rate in the country? I get a jaywalking. Behind me, hookers are validating parking. I get a jaywalking, and I am so bad. You ever get in one of these situations where you had a laugh, but you couldn't? The cop who gives me the ticket has a lateral lisp. He says to me, did you see what you just did? Oh, smart guy, huh? You know what you're forcing me to do? Give me a citation? This is a fun group. Young, hip. Anybody work at a supermarket? Oh, look at this. Upwardly mobile. We don't work at supermarkets. We own them. Anyone seen a picture of someone working at a supermarket? Anyone have canned goods at home? Come on! I don't know. I can never get anyone to admit they work at a supermarket. Isn't it strange? No, it takes a lot of brains to work at a supermarket nowadays, don't you think? Price check! And you're sitting there going, price check? It's a tomato. Do they have 24 supermarkets in New York? Yeah. Isn't that the stupidest thing ever invented? Who gets up 3 o'clock in the morning and goes, there's no cheese! Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know you do. There's no cheese in my house. No. No, I think 24 supermarkets is stupid. I said that already. Okay, I'm having a nervous... Shut up, lady, will you? No, you go in a supermarket at 3 o'clock in the morning. This is when all the weirdos do their shopping, you know? I swear to God, I saw a guy with a package of chicken wings. He walked up to the store manager and he said, where can I try these on? Do you ever stand in line in a supermarket and you hear these announcements like, there's no waiting on aisle 7. Also no checker and no bags. And the express lanes are rip-off. I was in line so long, the woman ahead of me gave birth. First thing she said when she saw the baby was, ah, great, now I got more than 10 items. I'm not too thrilled with you either, you know. But my favorite are the bag boys, you know, because they have to make all those important decisions all day. Plastic or paper? Wood. They're selling all kind of crazy. They sell aloe vera now in the supermarket. Isn't that the stupidest thing ever? Sounds like something a British person says. Hello, Vera, how are you, love? Okay. So what else? I just became an uncle. We can talk about that. Yeah, my sister gave... Yeah, thanks. Like you really care, you know? No, it's true. My sister gave birth to an 11-pound baby. Yeah. It's true. It's the biggest baby in the history of the hospital. Doctor went to slap it. The kid said, do you want to think that over? She had her baby natural childbirth, too, which was a trip. You want to know what the natural childbirth breathing exercises she used? Ah! You've been terrific. Thanks a lot.
All right, Steve. Steve Bluestein.
Hey. Oh, get out more.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, this audience loves you now.
Oh, yeah. Huh? Look at them. They all came in one bus. Look at that. What?
You know, you comedy guys are busy. You're busy all year doing all kind of business stuff. When do you got time to get away and relax?
I get
do you
away.
Take some time?
I get away. I went to Paris in April. I did. I went to when it was the nightmare of my life. The worst trip. Well, first I went with Glenna Gray, the actress. You know, so we went to Paris together. We get on the plane. We're going to Paris, and Glenna looks at me and she says, "I left the keys to our luggage in the house." So she said, "Don't worry. I speak French. You know, we'll we'll get fine. We go to the customs guy, and this is at the height of the bombings, you know. And of course, I look like a terrorist as it is. So the guy, Glenna goes, and the guy goes, too bad. And he takes these bolt cutters, and they snap open our Samsonite luggage, and they go through everything. They're going through all the tubes and everything. Then they take us into a room, and they go through all our tubes. Oh, it's true. So they find nothing, and they give us back our luggage all taped with tape in plastic bag. It looked like a Polish nightmare. And we go to the hotel. We go to the hotel, and of course, there's no room. There's no room for us. And I said to Glenna, come on, don't worry. Let's go out. We'll get something to eat. 6 hours we had to wait for the room. So we go out to eat, and I looked at Glenna, and I said, I have something to announce. I said, I've just swallowed an $800 gold and porcelain crown.
Ah.
No, that wasn't the hard part. The hard part, swallowing it wasn't the bad part. The hard part was finding it.
Wait a minute.
No.
Wait a minute. Hold it. Wait a minute.
No, wait, because for the next 4 days, every time I went to the John, I had to go with a plate and a fork.
Okay.
Don't start. Okay. So we're going everywhere. We went one day. I said, I'm so depressed. Let's go to Versailles. And Glenna said, oh, what a great place to find your crown. So, do you people read? So we go. So we go to Versailles, and we see everything, and then I said, we stop at the coffee shop, and I said to Glenna, I got to go to the John, and she said, let me get you a plate and a fork. So I take the plate and a fork, but in Paris they have these ladies that sit in the John, you know, and that's their job. I don't know. So they sit in the end. I walk in, and with them, my plate and a fork, and the woman says, can I take that from you? And I said, no, I need it. So I go in. Now, everything I'm telling you is a God's honest truth. I go into the stall, and I'm sitting there with my plate and fork, and then I get up, and I'm on, you know, and I'm kind of doing my, and I look over, and the woman is standing under the... So now she's calling, Jacques, Franzbach! So I sit there, feet standing outside, and I'm sitting there for 20 minutes. I figure, I got to get out of here, and I open the door, bonjour, and they like slam up against the wall. It's like they're running away from like this run from the... So I never found the tooth. So I come home to L.A. I'm home 24 hours before I have to go to El Paso, and I figure I'm going to find this tooth. So I take a double dose of, you know, X-Lax.
Right.
Double dose.
Okay. All right.
Go to bed Monday night. Tuesday morning I wake up, nothing. Nothing, not even a little gas. You know what I'm saying? Nothing.
Now, I've only got 15 seconds left. Now, do you find this thing?
15 seconds?
Yeah.
So then I'm on a plane.
Yeah.
And the plane is taking off the runway, and all of a sudden, Mount St. Helens erupts in my stomach. I never found the tooth. It's someplace over Iowa right now.
Oh, my, yeah. All right.
It's awful.
Steve.
I'm so glad I shared that story with you.
I love that one, huh? Yeah. Steve Bluestein. Steve, please sign and bite a cup for us, would you?
You want me to sign it?
Yeah, sign it. Just bite it a little bit for it if you would. Yeah, just do that for me if you would. There, just get that one out.
How do you spell my last name?
B-L-O-H-C-I-E. Yeah, there you go. Just nibble it off there. Oh, there you go. Oh.
My tooth!
Oh, hey, he found
his tooth.
All right, yeah. Steve Bluestein. Thank you, Steve.
That's great. Thanks a lot.
Look, we got it here. Ooh. All right, we'll be back. Folks, on the USA Network, glad you're with us. You know, throughout this evening, we're, of course, deciding the next big thing, the next fad that will strike this nation of ours. Earlier, we showed you one that was playing with board games at restaurants, and now, candidate number 2 I'd like to tell you about. First off, it's a behavioral fad, much like streaking or flagpole sitting, those type of things. And it also conjures up memories of the happiest place on earth, Disneyland. I know when I go there, I have great memories of the music and the excitement, and whether we're racing up Space Mountain or taking a little stroll down Main Street, I know one thing that always really excites me, and that's the great mechanical characters that are all over the place that are so lifelike. I don't know how they do that. But this is tied in with our next big thing choice for you, and that is joining America as they imitate the Disney audio-animatrons, like at the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Hey, boy. Hey, boy.
Yeah, there it is. Possibly, just possibly, the next big thing. And you know, that isn't the only character. I mean, there are a lot of other characters too. I knew Scooter does a real mean old, confused old bear from the Country Bear Jamboree. You know, he does that, Scooter. And you can be told now, I got my job on this show when I waltzed into Dick Clark's office, the executive producer of our show, and I did the singing Mynah Bird from the Enchanted Tiki Room. So it works out all the time. So just remember that when we're going to vote, and show you one more a little later in the show too. You know, Scooter, whenever I start talking about imitating singing birds that are made out of wire and electronic parts and colored plastic, I get a hankering for a hunk of food. And I think our food is here. Look at this stuff. The Adams ribs folks are here, huh? This is beautiful. I don't know what Caroline and Tony called in. I know they called ribs, but look at this. Above and beyond the Call of Duty, we've got corn and everything else. This is a beautiful plate. And there is a plate for each one of you like this in the audience, so we hope you're ready to eat. Matter of fact, come on up. Let's get some. Come on up right now. And while we're doing that, yeah, just be careful. Don't push. Don't shove. Take the ribs. While we're doing that, I'd like to, of course, remind you that while we eat here, we do have the network stipulation video for digestion purposes. And tonight, our video that we'll be enjoying is We Have the Technology by Per Ovo. And we'd like to enjoy that. There is a video question. I want you to watch very closely. What famous dancer does the lead singer remind you of? And now, here it is. There you have it. We have the technology, Per Ubu, on Camp Midnight. Well, now for our video question. What famous dancer did that lead singer remind you of? Was it A, Fred Astaire, B, Rudolph Nureyev, C, Raymond Burr? That's right. If you said Raymond Burr, you're a video vixen. Take care of yourself, all right? Okay. There's one thing that I really haven't talked to you too much about. We're ready to confess this tonight. You know, we have talked about how low budget this show is. I mean, I've ruined gobs of pants on this splinter-filled desk that I have here. But part of the show is that I have to do, and my responsibilities is while the video is playing, go around and pick up the excess plates and the food that people are done with. And I have invented a contraption that I feel is going to help me relax here on the corner of my desk while still fulfilling my responsibilities to the program. I'd like to bring out, if I may, and I have the control right here, the Camp Midnight Remote Rib Receiver. Let's just bring it right on out here. Here it comes. Okay, I got it here. Yeah, just don't be shy. Put your ribs in there. There you go. And don't forget to get the handy Camp Mid Wipes on the side. They're lemon scented. And wipe your hands off. The Camp Mid Wipes. There you go. Very good. Let me just bring her back around here just a moment. The remote rib. Okay. Well, yeah, just don't be shy. Put it right in there. This is working pretty good now. We'll be back in just a minute. Rick Ducommun is coming on. USA's Camp Midnight campers, and we're ready to really get into this next big thing that we've carried throughout the show. We have our proposal number 3 as to what could be the possible next fad. We've shown you 2 already. We'll recap those in a moment. But let's get in. Our third suggestion for the next fad to rip across America is a fashion-type fad. It has to do, I think the teenagers are really going to like this one. It has to do with those movie stars who try to look serious and stodgy instead of beautiful and decorative. And they do this by wearing nerdy glasses that they don't really need, you know? I have some samples that I'd like to share with you here for just a moment, if we can just get a shot of some of these people. There you go. We've got, there's, you know, Lisa Bonet, and there's Rob down there, and there's Justine Bateman, and Emilio Estevez, Daryl Hannah. Look at those glasses. They're nerdy, and they don't need them. Well, okay. We're taking this one step further as our next big thing and pushing it into the really unbelievable part of the whole universe as we invite America now to wear orthodontic headgear for no apparent reason. So let's, yeah. Why don't we just take a look at that right now, all right? I believe we have our lovely model standing by for that.
I'm wearing the lovely striped headgear, perfect for, say, my evening out with Mr. Judd Nelson while we attend a play, so that Judd can prove to the world that his roots are in the theater. Next, we have Jason from Pasadena. Jason, why don't you join us? Jason is modeling our blue polka dot surprise headgear. This is absolutely perfect. Thank you, Jason. For an no, please stay. For an afternoon, maybe, of campaigning for your favorite presidential candidate with, say, Justine Bateman, or protesting toxic waste here on our planet Earth. Thank you, Jason. And lastly, we have Raylinda from Van Nuys. Raylinda is wearing our light pastel striped model. This would be perfect if Raylinda were, say, to go out with Mr. Rob Lowe to attend the Oscars while he accepts his Academy Award. And that'll happen soon, I think. Thank you, Raylinda.
All right. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. There you have it. There you have it. That is our third possible choice for next big thing. Now, it's time to vote. And those of you who have finished picking the ribs out of your teeth here in our studio audience will certainly be involved here. Let's recap now. And please show us by your applause which is your favorite. First was board games in restaurants. All right. Okay. The second, impersonating Disney audio-animatrons. All right. And the third, wearing orthodontic headgear for no apparent reason. Good, we've got a winner. And so, thank you very much. Sure, that's fine. Take your bone and leave, please. And thank you very much. Our winner wearing orthodontic headgear for no apparent reason is our next big thing. So get out there, America, and do it. And send us those pictures of you using this all across the country. We'd love to see them here at Camp Midnight, all right? Do send those photos. The address is Camp Midnight, Post Office Box 189, Hollywood, California, 978, and we'll see it. Hey, Rick Ducommun's coming up. And get out there, happy campers, and get that fad started. Let's go. You want to do Rick now?
Let's do it now.
Oh, really? Yeah. All right. Okay, let's do it. My gosh. Okay. You don't get a break like this too often, you know? Well, my next guest began his career as a stand-up comedian, and his unique style has allowed him to make a successful jump into TV and movies. He's currently co-starring with Bruce Dern, Carrie Fisher, and Tom Hanks in The Burbs. Please welcome Rick Ducommun. Hello, Rick. How are you?
Hey, not bad.
Have a seat there. We've got.
It's okay. I'll get this.
Okay, we've got the microphone for you.
Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful.
Well,
Dick Clark went all out on the budget on this show, huh? Beautiful.
Well,
Doesn't Dick have about $20 trillion?
Well, he does. Yeah, and he's still got it, I believe. Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah.
Oh my
Well,
God.
you've moved out of this kind of a scene, this backstage scene. You know, we're struggling to make it and get along here. You've kind of semi-hit the big time now. You're in a big hit movie. What's
Semi-hit the big time?
Well, you know, hey, you know.
Thanks. You know.
What's it like being in a big production like that now?
It's great. It was terrific. It was very difficult as an actor. May I speak to you as an actor? It was hard for me because the director would direct me, and there was like nothing there, and then they would like draw the rabbit in later. And, you know, I had to pull something deep inside me. No, I'm lying. It's not. It was a Roger Rabbit.
Okay.
I'm not in that.
You were the one that did that. All right. Okay.
I'm in The Burbs, and I don't know.
Now, wait a minute. The Burbs have got a lot of big stars. I mean, we just mentioned Tom Hanks and Carrie Fisher, Bruce Dern. What are these people like? Tell us. Give us some insight.
Who do you want?
Carrie Fisher. What's that like?
She's a sleaze.
Okay.
You know, she did... I'll tell you one anecdote. The director, Joe Dante, did Gremlins, and he's not good with people, okay? And, you know, because he worked with rubber puppets. You work with rubber puppets for a couple of years, it'll warp you a little, yeah? And he broke down. He had a big breakdown, and it was like, oh, you're people, you talk back to me, I don't know how to, you know. So Carrie took him in the trailer for 20 minutes, and he was great for the rest of the movie.
Darn. Yeah.
And, you know, in show business, you don't question it. If it works, you know. And she used to have a problem. We can talk about it. It's cable. She used to have a problem. We read about it in her book, a drug problem, and now she's cleaned up. But she still, you know, aspirin make her loopy. Yeah, you give her a couple of aspirin, and she's on her knees making dog sounds. And your eyes twinkled when I said that.
Yeah,
your eyes twinkled.
Okay, I admit it. I'm a small-town guy. You know, I don't see those Hall 4 stuff too often.
No.
You know, it's great.
And you know they're doing? They're taking the rib bones. He's taking the rib bones back to Kansas, and they're going to re-meat them.
Yeah.
Which is disgusting.
Yeah,
you know what I hate about ribs? I hate about ribs. I love eating them,
yeah.
but that stuff gets in your teeth, and it drives you nuts, and it's sore, you know. And it hurts, and you just can't wait to get it out. And I have dental floss right here. Yeah.
All right.
And I'm letting it go for $1 a foot, which is no, here, really, knock yourself out on me. The floss is on me, guys.
What a wonderful human being.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm not the kind of guy who would do obscene things with that floss before I gave it to a student.
It is rewrapped a little loosely, I noticed.
Yeah, it was, and who knows where it could have been.
Wait, is that, it's chocolate, really? I didn't know they had that flavor.
Oh. Ripping!
Rick said it was cable. We're experimenting.
See, Steve was talking about losing the crown, and the
Yeah.
hard part finding it. I think the hard part would be having it replaced. That would be the hard thing for me. Oh, you know.
You've changed. You're slimmer than when I've seen you before. What happened? You've lost a lot of weight.
I lost 200 pounds. I did. I really did. I lost 200 pounds. Usually I get a little applause for that, but...
Well, they're still balancing ribs.
Yeah. No, it's...
How'd you do it?
Well, I just decided one day to eat nothing but fast food. Really. Deer, moose, elk. Have you... Oh, I'm sorry. People don't eat moose. They don't. I made that up. People don't hunt in your neck of the woods and kill them and eat them. In fact, a bunch of rib eaters just ate a bunch of flesh, and I'm a jerk because I ate an elk. Oh, I'm sorry. Come here, little cow. Come here. Pick up a stick. Bang. Barbecue those and give it to the audience. But Rick.
Okay.
Don't eat an elk. Let me have a personal break on this.
Rick, they're asking me to. I'm getting signs to say go to the clip. We better do this, or somebody's going to be in trouble. Do we have a clip? Are we familiar with the clip?
Yeah.
Do we have a clip?
I know the clip we have.
What is this? What are you doing?
I drive Tom Hanks out of his mind a little bit as we play neighbors.
Yeah.
And there's the movie is about the strange house that we all had on our block when we were kids. You know, the ball couldn't go in there, and we made up stories about them. Well, there's a block on our block. There's a house like that, and we have just too much time on our hands, and I kind of make Tom a little nuts.
All right.
And this is a scene in his basement where we're supposed to be just smoking cigars and hanging out.
Let's do it.
Oh, I can't believe you're still bringing that up.
I had a dream a plane was going to crash, so he took the bus to Las Vegas.
If I'd have been on the plane, it would have crashed. And it doesn't matter. This wasn't a dream. This was a vision. I'm telling you, these people are Satanists. As I sit here, they are Satanists. Look, the world is full of these kind of things. Look at this. Black masses, mutilations. The incubus, the succubus. I'm telling you, Walter was a human sacrifice.
You should have gone to the lake. I should have listened to Carol.
Listen to your wife. Who listens to their wife? Listen, you got to listen to me. You know what the deal is? What we got to do is we got to go down to the religious supply store. We got to get ourselves a couple of gallons of holy water. My cousin Jerry's a priest. He can get us a deal. No. We got to go to the market. We got to get ourselves a couple of those big strings. You know how they string that garlic? A couple big strings of garlic. We got to get ourselves some fresh lamb's blood. And then we got to... Ray, do you want them to take your family, kidnap them, tear their livers out, and make some kind of satanic pate?
The birds, Rick. Good bit. Well, Rick, we're going to let you get out of here because I know you've got a new baby out in the hall.
You have a new baby?
How old?
Is she there?
Yeah.
Can we bring her here?
Just
She's 8 months old.
8 months old.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, give her our best. Is she in the neighborhood?
Honey, come. Where is she? Baby.
Bring her in here. Bring the baby in. All right.
Hi, everybody.
What's the baby's name?
Nash. This is Nash Diamond, and she does impersonations. You want to see one? Nash, you want to do one, or did you just wake up? Want to do the 50-foot baby from hell? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the 50-foot baby from hell. I hate you. I hate all of you.
All right, thank you. Rick Ducommun and Danny Sugerman, Camp Midnight. Welcome back to Camp Midnight. Still to come tonight, Danny Sugerman, who's had a career with the Doors, and also we've got group Red Flag playing for you later on. Right now, my next guest is a very funny comedian and actor, and you may recognize him from his many appearances on shows such as The Golden Girls, Empty Nest, and Head of the Class, and he currently stars in his own Paramount video release entitled Thom Sharp's Golf, I Hate This Game. Ladies and gentlemen, golf hater Thom Sharp. A microphone for you, yeah. Put that right on there. Sit down, get comfortable. Don't slip on any of the rib juice that we got around here. Yeah. Thom, I was so excited when you came on. I've loved the stuff that you do, the video stuff you do. I've seen on a lot of different shows.
Yeah.
And you've got.
I've been on a lot of different shows.
Yeah.
Like last, let me see, last fall, I was on a CBS sitcom called First Impressions. How many people? See, out of 70 shows, network 70 shows, we were ranked 75th. And
okay,
Bass Tips on the All Fishing Channel was doing better than we were. And then before that, I was on a show called Sweet Surrender. How many people don't remember that either? And Brandon, that was on NBC, and Brandon Tartikoff sent me a telegram and said, "Dear Tom, one of us is still working for NBC."
Okay.
And, it wasn't me. And then before that, I was on Dick Clark's Bloopers and Practical Jokes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then, of course, you remember that in '86, I believe it was, that huge international blooper shortage. That
yes, sir.
All the bloopers around the world dried up, and so they had to cancel the show.
And so you finally found the niche, though. I mean, you found something that's really, you know, look at what I have here.
You happen
look
to
have
have
here.
a copy of it.
Happen to have a copy of Thom Sharp's Golf, I Hate This Game. And there you are right there on the tee.
What a surprise that you actually have it right there. And
is this a copy I can keep? Because
you can keep that copy.
I'm learning to hate the game also.
Yeah. Well, you see, I played on the golf team in high school. Anybody play on the? Yeah. And it's a proud moment for any lad, really, because the whole school turns out for those golf matches.
They do.
Oh yeah. You got 800 or 900 kids lining the fairway, and the cheerleaders up there at 18. You know, block that par, block that par. It's great. And of course, I know I'll never forget the homecoming golf dance. That's the pageantry and everything was very special. It's a frustrating game though, especially when you hit that dream shot. You know, that feeling. You hit it right between the screws, right on the money, and it rolls into the clown's mouth. Or it hits the windmill, comes all the way back down. Yeah.
Well, can we see some of this? Would that be okay?
Well, golly, I don't know if we have a clip.
Let's take it. What are we going to see?
Oh, we're going to see how to psych out people when you're out there playing golf. And I'm sure you guys right down front you love to psych out your
Let's take a
your
look.
golf opponent.
Okay. Tip in golf: how to psych out your opponents on the 18th hole. Be sure not to shank it, Mark. The mere mention of the S word. It'll work, guaranteed. Now let's go over to the green to see if we can psych out someone over there. Nice shot. This is one of my all-time favorites and dates back to the Nixon administration. First, stand behind your opponent. Second, let your gut hang out as much as possible. And then, hum. Or make scary hand puppets in his line. And if that doesn't work, this one will. Shake about $9 worth of nickels till he misses the putt. Works every time.
Yeah. Thom Sharp's Golf, I Hate This Game.
Yeah.
Can I walk into the store and rent this now?
You can, well, it's kind of late, but
I mean, well, not now, of course,
I'd wait until morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You can walk in there and buy it. Of course, not just golf. I mean, I'm an avid, sportsman. Surfing is another thing that I love that now. A lot of surfers, a lot of, yeah, I love it. Yeah. Toby actually is my beach name. Yeah, Toby Gnarly. And I rent all my equipment down here at Jan and Dean R Us down in Redondo.
Sure.
You've been there, yeah. Well, everything except the bathing suit. I bought a bathing suit. I got the the surfer model. I got the kind with the built-in underwear. Very important. If you're a surf guy, well, you need that feature. If you're a surf guy, or even if you're just in your backyard in Reseda barbecuing. I think you need that built-in underwear feature just as a common courtesy to others, you know? Especially if you got your leg up on a picnic table or something. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause, I think we've all got an Uncle Norm that just doesn't understand those concepts.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Tom, we want to wish you the best of luck.
Hey, thanks. Thank you.
You're out there slugging, you're trying, and you're being funny, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
And get out and rent this.
And I thought the next big thing is actually sweeping through Beverly Hills. People who save liposuction.
Yeah. On that one, we're going to have you sign and indent dentally a cup for us,
great.
if you would,
Okay.
all right? Thom Sharp on Camp Midnight. Oh. We'll be back. Danny Sugerman. Welcome back to Camp Midnight. Scooter, you always got some kind of food on there. I don't know how you do it. You always get to eat on this show. Well, you know, with the major impact that this little soft show has made on the nation, many of you may think that we are really pigeonholed into just one age group of viewers. But no, this viewing for this show runs the entire gamut. People who walk through all walks of life watch this kind of show. Edit that out of the last take, okay? You know where I was stumbling around a bit there? Thanks. Okay, thanks, Brad. Okay. So what I'd like to tell you about is that every now and then we like to focus on one of these groups of people that are doing new things and living new ways. One of the new movements is called the New Age. They have their own music, they have their own food, they're living, loving, and learning together. And our next guests are going to take us into a little astral tour into this area. Matter of fact, my next guests have spent the last 3 years of their lives traveling the country in their Volkswagen Thing. They've been convincing skeptics to open up the doors of their minds to the astral plane. Please welcome spiritual locksmiths Clytemnestra and Augie Roseblatt. Thank you very much. By the way, what's that?
Well, this is sandalwood incense, Dick. Its essence helps clear the mind of negative energy and stimulates conversation.
And what's that over there?
Oh, this is just a cigarette, you know. Smells like ribs in here. What is
well, let's get right down to business, folks. Thanks for being on the show, but please tell our viewers, what does it mean to be a spiritual locksmith?
Dick, people are trapped. Everyone has a core that's the essence of their being. This core seeks manifestation in the external world, and what we do is we help open those doors to find oneness.
We also help people to unlock the doors which contain the keys of entry.
I see. So, okay, let me get this straight. Now, what you're saying is that you then unlock the emotional doors that then hold the keys to life.
No, I'm saying like if you lock your keys in your Toyota and you can't get it out with the hanger thing, I come in and Jimmy with the old Slim Jim.
He's very good with that thing, Dick.
See, Cly, I can't help but notice. Could you explain the significance of the thing hanging from your headband?
Well, this is my third eye crystal, Dick. It helps me see deeply into the astral plane.
Wait a minute, you keep mentioning planes. What's that all about?
Well, you have to understand, there's the human plane, the metaphysical plane, the astral plane, and the aeroplane.
Okay, now, the aeroplane, what's that?
It's a mode of transportation, Dick! Hey! Yeah, that's a lot of people don't understand, that we New Agers, we have a sense of humor too, you know? I mean, we're not, above calling people on the phone and saying, are you in touch with yourself? Well, you better stop, because you'll go blind!
Cut that out.
Well, Augie, do you have a third eye, too?
Oh, no, Dick, but I have a metal plate in my head, and on rainy days I can get 95.5. Let me see. Power hits the future of rock and roll!
I know music. Music is so important to this whole New Age movement. Are you into the music scene?
Not only are we into it, we brought one of our tapes with us.
Oh, yeah.
Brad, could you play a little bit of that, please?
Okay, that's it? I mean, what's that?
Oh, well, that's our new single. It's called Test Pattern. And it's out on Wyndham Mound Records. And I think you could tell that it helps recreate that unique, soothing feeling one gets when they're staying at home at 3 a.m. and there's nothing on the television.
Yeah, sounds like a hit to me. You know, there's a lot of people I've been reading lately. A lot of people feel that we have a special relationship with animals. Like maybe we're one with the dolphins.
Well, I think those people are just a lot of cosmic foo-foos. A dolphin's nothing but a big fish. However, we happen to publish our own magazine that has high, glossy pictures celebrating man's special relationship to the northern woodland sea otter.
What's this? What's the magazine called?
It's called Man's Special Relationship to the Northern Woodland Sea Otter.
What kind of articles?
It's, primarily deals with sea otters and, man's relationship to them.
Well, we also have a lot of really fun psychic word jumbles like this one. Dick, can you solve this?
Man/otter?
That's very good. Now, see, what's happened there is that you've become in touch with the otter within you.
Okay. Well, tell me, let's don't beat around the bush. What's the real money maker in this thing? Where are you making the money?
Well, I'll tell you, we run a full-service, holistic auto body shop. And, I mean, you've heard of the shamanic wheel ritual, haven't you?
Isn't that the thing, the American Indians, how they talk to their gods?
Yeah, that's right, that's right. Well, we have a special shamanic wheel alignment, and we'll get you, in and out in just under 10 minutes right there.
How much does that cost?
$2,000.
$2,000?
Well, Dick, let me explain something to you. Money is just a roadblock that our human side creates to perpetuate the illusion of separation. One day there'll be no such thing as money. Gifts will flow freely as soon as we dispel the fear of scarcity.
But until then, we got a lot of bills to pay. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Huh?
All right, hey, can you spend a little more time, or you?
No, we have to go, Augie. You have to go to that.
Harmonic Convergence Festival.
And I have to go see Dead Ringer.
All right, there they are. Climate Astra and Augie Rosenblatt, the New Age people. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. Out they go. Whew, I tell you, okay. Well, my next guest got his start working as a roadie for the legendary rock group The Doors. And he was only 12 years old at the time also. This is true. He went on to author Jim Morrison's biography, No One Here Gets Out Alive. His current book, Wonderland Avenue, Tales of Glamour and Excess, chronicles the ups and downs of the Doors organization. Please say hello to Danny Sugerman. How are you doing? See ya. There you go. All right, we were just handing the microphones to people. Someday we'll actually have someone who can put those on you. How are you, Danny?
Good.
Welcome to the show.
Good to be here, Dick.
12 years old, you got involved with the Doors. How'd this happen?
I wasn't a roadie at 12. What happened was I was playing Little League, and the umpire was hauling around the Doors equipment. College student trying to make some extra money. Umpiring Little League, hauling his neighbor's rock band's equipment. Turned out the neighbor's band was the Doors, and they were playing at the Whiskey at the time. Just graduated playing the Whiskey. We're doing a gig out at Cal State Long Beach. And he said, if you hit a home run, I'll take you to see this band in concert. I've been bugging him about taking me to see the band whose equipment he was dragging around. I didn't know who they were. And he took me to see the Doors that night. And I said, this is what I'm doing for the rest of my life. I'm going to do more of this.
Well, why is it that the Doors have remained so popular? They're still selling today. It's been years since the thing happened.
Yeah, I don't know.
What is it about?
I get asked that all, the only thing I can think of is that, when rock and roll first started, everyone said it was just temporary and it wasn't going to last. It was a fad. You read about Lennon saying that he never thought the Beatles would last. And I don't think because it's rock and roll you can, generalize anymore that it's not art. I think it's no more surprising that the Doors and Hendrix and the Beatles and Cream sell than it is that Mozart or Beethoven or Van Gogh or Rimbaud or Baudelaire sell. It's all art, and just because it's rock and roll doesn't mean it's not as serious, as important as other art forms. That's how I see it, at least.
What about Jim Morrison? He was a big influence on you in your teen years. What was he telling you at that time?
Well, I was a hyperactive kid, and the message I was getting was sit down, sit still, and shut up. And stop. Just stop, kid. Leave us alone, sit down, sit still, shut up. And Morrison said, no.
Yeah. We'll cut that out. Don't worry, folks.
Jim said, "Oh gosh, Danny."
Shucks.
Heck, we can't do that anymore. And he just said, "Go. You know, don't let them limit you. Don't ever limit yourself. Go. Do what you want to do. Don't let them stop you." They were going to put me on Ritalin to try and slow me down, which is what they use for hyperactive kids. It wasn't that Jim was against drug taking. He just didn't want me to.
Well, here's the book, Wonderland Avenue. It kind of chronicles and talks about the excesses you lived in those lives. Tell me, what have you learned now that you're past this area? Was it right? Was it wrong? What's the outcome?
Now, I don't know if it was right or wrong. What I learned is that drugs can kill you. They killed a lot of people I knew and loved. You know, I feel sometimes, why am I here? Jim died. Jim's wife died. My girlfriend died when she was pregnant with my kid. A lot of people in the neighborhood, Laurel Canyon, which is where Wonderland Avenue is, died during that period and immediately after it. What I learned is that, you know, drugs can kill you, which, you know, doesn't take a great mind to figure out. Yeah. It took me about 10 years. And that life isn't that bad, you know, that reality can have as much of an edge as I thought the drug taking did, you know. In fact, drugs were real boring in the end. You know, I ask at the end of the book, what's so excessive and liberating about being a drug addict? It's the most limiting and boring existence I can think of.
Yeah. Well, Danny, thanks for the message. Thanks for coming on. We're going to read the book. You folks do it. Danny Sugerman on Camp Midnight. We'll be right back. Folks, my next guests are brothers born and raised in Liverpool, England, and they're here tonight on Camp Midnight to sing their latest single, Russian Radio. Please welcome Enigma recording artists Red Flag. Okay, how you doing? Let me get right here in the middle here. Red Flag, folks, on Camp Midnight. Chris Reynolds.
Hi, my name's Chris.
Chris and Mark.
Yeah, I'm Mark.
Mark Reynolds, brothers. Who's the older of the two now?
Here.
You're, what's the separation here?
2 years.
Really? Yeah, you guys write a lot together, you know?
Yeah, it's...
How do you work this out? Who does what?
Well, I have an upright piano in my room, and that's where I usually start to compose. And Mark comes in and he starts singing along. That's how we make up our songs. And then I go from there and start writing on the computer, transfer the information on the computer.
Scooter knows about that, supposedly, here on our show, yeah. It's incredible what you can do with these things. You guys, the new album, who's producing that for you?
It's Paul Robb from Information Society. He's doing most of the producing, and then John St. James. So
great, okay. You know, you guys have had a chance to play with a lot of pretty good groups so far, touring and things.
Yes.
So you want to throw some names out?
Thomas Dolby, Information Society, Devo. And Devo.
Devo, yeah?
Yes.
Well, that's good. Well, thank you for being on Camp Midnight. Best of luck to you. Enigma recording artist Red Flag on Camp Midnight. All right, guys? Yeah, there they are. And a very special thank you to our special guests on Camp Midnight tonight, Edie McClurg, Steve Bluestein, Rick Ducommun, Thom Sharp, Danny Sugerman, Red Flag, our regulars Caroline Schlitt and Tony Farkas. Next week, we've got Mary Ann from Gilligan's Island, Dawn Wells, comedian Bob Zaney, John Matusak, and Newhart's Todd Sussman. We'll see you next week on Camp Midnight.